Hello and welcome back to News and Books. I'm your host Eric, and today we're diving into a question that always surprises people. Why do some airplanes still have ashtrays, even though smoking has been banned on flights for decades? Joining me is Tony, an airline executive with years of experience in the aviation industry. Tony, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Eric. Great to be here. And I love this topic. It's one of those little aviation mysteries passengers always notice but rarely get the full story on.
Exactly. I remember flying not long ago, spotting an ashtray on the lavatory door and thinking, wait a minute, isn't smoking banned everywhere? So let's start there. Tony, why are ashtrays still around?
Good question. The short answer is safety regulations. Even though smoking has been banned on U.S. domestic flights since 1990 and on nearly all international flights by the late 1990s, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and other regulators worldwide still require planes to have ashtrays on board. Why? Because, believe it or not, there's always a chance a passenger might try to sneak a cigarette. If that happens, regulators want them to have a safe place to extinguish it rather than tossing a lit cigarette into a trash bin full of tissues or paper towels.
That makes sense. So basically, it's not about encouraging smoking, it's about containing the risk.
Exactly. And history plays a big role here. Back in the 1970s and 80s, in-flight smoking was common. Entire sections of planes were smoking allowed. Airlines like Pan Am and TWA had rows filled with cigarette smoke. Some aircraft even had cigarette lighters built into the seats, just like cars. When bans rolled in during the late 80s and early 90s, there were still incidents of passengers ignoring the rules. And unfortunately, there were fires caused by improperly discarded cigarettes. The worst-case example is Varig Flight 820 in 1973. While smoking wasn't banned at that time, a fire started in the lavatory trash bin from a cigarette, leading to a crash outside Paris and killing 123 people. That tragedy influenced safety standards we still follow today.
Wow, that's sobering. So the ashtrays are basically like an insurance policy, just in case someone breaks the rule.
Exactly. It's similar to how planes still have life vests, even though ditching in the ocean is extremely rare. Regulators plan for the worst-case scenario. And to your earlier point, you'll notice most modern planes, like the Boeing 787 or Airbus A350, still have ashtrays, usually in lavatory doors or near crew areas. They're not decorative, they're certified safety equipment.
I love that. And let's talk about passenger reactions, because I've had friends say, does this mean smoking might come back one day? What's your take?
Laughs. No, smoking is not coming back. The ban is global now, and airlines have even removed no smoking lights on newer jets, replacing them with no electronic devices or seatbelt-only indicators. But the ashtrays, they're going to be around as long as regulators say they're needed. With a smooth slider move.
So in short, ashtrays are like relics of aviation history, but with a very modern safety function.
That's right. They remind us of a different era of flying, when planes had smoking lounges and flight attendants handed out matches with your meal, but they also serve a critical role in preventing in-flight fires, which remain one of the biggest dangers in aviation.
Fascinating stuff. I never thought something as small as an ashtray could tell such a big story about aviation history, safety, and regulations. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, Eric. Always happy to share some aviation insights.
And that wraps up today's episode of News and Books. If you enjoyed this conversation, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, what quirky thing on airplanes have you always wondered about? Until next time, I'm Eric. Thanks for listening and safe travels.